If you hate online training, this video is for you. Pay attention, it's so important, especially in Africa. They don't like online training at all because I understand, because of scammers. This is their major concern. Scammers are scamming people online. Okay, they will promise you that they will help you do something and you pay the money, they disappear and there's no way to trust them. So it's a huge problem. Okay, not only in Nigeria, in other parts of the world. So that's why people hate online training. Okay, so I quite understand. But there's an issue here. And I want to tell you a story. I think this story will help you. So there's a friend of mine, not actually a friend of mine. I was running ad on Facebook and somebody came across my ad and chatted me on WhatsApp and we were talking and he found out that I'm teaching online. And he said, no, that he hates online training. He doesn't want to take it. I tried to advise him, but he said that he wants to try physical training. I said, okay, that's fine. Try physical training. Then after about 4 months, I was teaching people on my WhatsApp status, and he saw my teaching, and he also saw videos of my students coding applications. And my students are learning online, and he was surprised that a lot of my students are coding so well that he himself, he has actually started learning in a physical school, but he couldn't actually build any application. But he has stayed there for over 4 months. But he still couldn't build applications. But my students are already building applications. And he was like, he chatted me again. He was asking me if they are my students. I said, yeah, these are my students. And he was shocked. Then he started telling me his experience in a physical setting. Okay, that the teachers that are teaching them are not that experienced. That it seems they employ their students to teach. That what they do is that they go to W3 schools and copy code and paste code there, and they may kind of explain the code that they don't actually code. And eventually they will just end up teaching them basic concepts. And finally, they don't build any useful complex application. So when they are done learning, it will look as if they are just starting. So you understand that? So he was frustrated. That was when I had to start advising him. And that advice I gave him is what I'm going to give you now. Pay attention, this is so important. Okay, I understand the fact that online training is dangerous for some people because of scammers, but there are ways to go around it because online training is becoming the norm, is becoming a must. Okay, it is becoming a must that if you actually want to succeed right now, you want to learn skills that will actually help you succeed, and you want to learn from experts, the only alternative right now is online training. Okay, because most experts in Africa, they don't teach physically anymore. Even if they decide to teach physically, they will just teach for, let's say, for 2 days, 3 days, like a boot camp, and they will ask you to join their online training. The reason is that online training has become so easy right now that anybody can comfortably learn online in the comfort of their homes. And experts, they now have that opportunity to teach a large number of people from any part of the world and make lots of money. So it's a better alternative for experts. That's why they are taking it. You understand? It's a better alternative that they can still teach many students and make money. And all the students are also going to learn. And if you ask any expert right now to teach you physically, they will not. Because for them, it is a loss for them. Do you understand? And that is why for you to access an expert to teach you, you have to pay online. Okay? But then how are you going to solve the challenge of scammers? Let's talk about it. Before you pay somebody to teach you, follow the person for some time. This is so important. Follow the person for some time. Follow the person on social media. Subscribe to that person's YouTube. Just let me explain to you. If somebody has YouTube channel, there's every likelihood that that person is not a scammer. Because a scammer is hiding himself. So he won't be making many videos on YouTube for people to see him. Like if somebody like me right now, if I scam you and I'm making video on YouTube, you can easily report me to YouTube. You can easily post my pictures or my videos and write about me scamming you. And it will destroy my reputation. My channel can even be taken down. You understand me? So you see that? So somebody that's making YouTube videos, person is consistent, can't scam you. A lot of them can scam you. You understand? Then you can also go to the person's website, check testimonials of students. I know that some people can fake testimonials, but when you see genuine testimonials, if you are smart, you will know. Then if you're still not convinced, wait for some time. Just follow the person and see the person's consistency. Okay? Or you can even go for some free courses the person has. If he has some free courses, go through the free courses and see how it works. If he has books, like me, I have books. Okay, you can also get the book. The book won't cost you much, and sometimes I give the book for free. Go through the book. All these things will convince you that this person is not a scammer. Also, be a risk taker. If you want to succeed, whether it is a risk, just take calculated risk. Otherwise, you will fail. If you are not ready to take any risk at all, you will fail. If you don't want to learn online today, what happens? You will not get the knowledge you need. For example, I have some students now that are learning video editing, and many of them, I employ them when they finish. And I employ them online to work for me virtually. I send them whatever video I want them to edit, they edit it and return it to me. Imagine if they didn't learn online, how will I employ them? So you see that. Another thing you have to also consider is that the money involved most times is not even too much that you can't take risk. Some people are taking huge risk. And if somebody tells you to pay 10,000 for online training, 20,000 for even 50,000 for online training, it's not too much a risk to take to get what you want. Just do your underground work well. Follow the person for some time, check the person's YouTube channel, check the person's website, and if you're satisfied, then you take the risk, pay and learn. And also, if the person has installmental payment, you can also pay by installments. So you make your first installment and you follow the tutorials. If you love it and you're satisfied, then you will not pay the rest. All these things are steps you're going to take. All right. Somebody chatted me sometime also. He also wants to learn. And when I mentioned online training, his concern is data. I was shocked. He said data, that it will cost him a lot of data. I said, are you kidding me? So if you now go to learn physically, do you know how much transportation will cost you? Transportation will cost you more than double of the amount you pay to learn. Data can't cost you that much. You get that? So you're not even considering the transportation. We don't think about that. You see that? So whether you're learning online or physically, you are going to spend money. And you spend much more money if you are learning physically. Okay? Because some people that are going to teach you might not even be close to you. Somebody like me, if you want to learn from me, are you close to me? Let's say if I even have a physical training center, are you close to me? You have to come from your location to learn how much are you going to spend in transportation. So you see that. So most experts are not close to you at all. So for you to learn from them, you have to learn online. So let that sink in your head. All right? Once you do your homework well, then you have nothing to lose. There's many other things you don't know about physical training I'm going to show you. I'm going to explain to you. In physical training, if maybe too busy in a day and you didn't attend class, what happened? You have lost that day. If you come the next day, they are not going to go back and start teaching you. Or let's say if you are hospitalized, after like 2, 3 days, 4 days, you didn't come to school. If you finally come to school, are they going to go back to start teaching you alone? No, it's not possible. They have to continue teaching the way they teach, and you've lost some things. But it is not that way with online training. Online training, if there is need for you to pause for some emergencies, you can pause, then you attend to the emergency, then you come back to continue. So you see that. Consider all these things. And this is actually one of the reasons why people that are learning physically, many of them are not good enough. Because if you miss class, what happened? You've lost something. And you will struggle to actually get it back. Okay, get on track. But these things are important, all right? And one more thing you get in online training is global networking. Because if you are learning online, you have that opportunity of learning from even foreign teachers, people that are far from you, that are not in your country. All right? You learn from them and you have that opportunity to network with other students. Okay? You network with other students online, virtually, from other countries. Because in my own school now, in my own academy and the WhatsApp group where my students are, I have students from different nationalities. All right? So if you become a student, then you network with them and you can possibly have job opportunities before you are done. Once you network well, then your students can recommend you and you get foreign jobs. But if you're learning physically, you're also going to have access to people that are within your class, and there are few. But if you're learning online, what happens? Somebody can be teaching thousands of people, and you join the WhatsApp group, you join the Facebook group, and you network. You network with thousands of people and have more opportunity. All these things are what you're going to consider, okay? So important. And that's why a lot of universities now are now teaching online, okay, accommodating people from other parts of the world to learn with their students. And you will have that opportunity to network with people from other countries, and possibly, who knows, you get a job from other parts of the world and you travel. How great is that? But you don't have all these opportunities if you're learning physically, okay? When I get from my students, complaints I get from my students is that they are not that self-disciplined to learn online, that they need a teacher to hold them by hand and show them those things, that if they're left to learn online, it becomes difficult. I understand. You know why? Because we're not used to learning online. We are used to learning physically. You go to primary school, nursery school, secondary school, universities, physically, and suddenly you are now going to learn online. I know it's not going to be easy, but it is a skill you have to develop, okay? Skill of self-discipline. You need it, and you have to develop it. And instead of seeing this as a disadvantage, you see it as an advantage, as an opportunity to learn self-discipline. You know why? You actually need it a lot. Right now that Microsoft, Google, and other big tech are employing people from India, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from every other African countries. They employ you to work virtually, okay? When they employ you, you work virtually, as you work online. And if you have not developed that self-discipline, how are you going to work? It will be so difficult for you. So it is actually an opportunity for you to develop a skill that will help you work for foreign countries, all right? So that is why it's important. Learn online, you develop how to work online, and you work for foreign clients. So another huge advantage of learning online is that you are going to comfortably learn from the comfort of your homes. You don't have to travel to learn. You don't have to leave your family to learn. You don't have to start thinking of renting an apartment somewhere else to learn. Because sometimes if you want to learn a skill, sometimes you found out that, oh my God, that place is far from you, and you have to travel to another country or to another state to rent an apartment before you have access to start learning physically. All these things stresses you, and you are not close to your family anymore, and you spend a lot of money on transportation, on house rent, and all these things. So you see, but if you are learning online, you can comfortably stay one place with your family, comfortably in the comfort of your home, and you learn. You don't have to struggle and to travel to do all these things. You see what I'm saying? So that is why learning online is so important. I understand that it has its own disadvantage of maybe people scamming you, but if you're smart enough and you take my advice, you study your instructor, you follow him on Facebook, on YouTube, okay, then you go through, if he has a book, you go through his books, okay, you ask him some questions. So if you're concerned that probably people might scam you, why not ask him some questions? Okay, and see how he helps to answer your questions. All right? Then go through, if he has some free training, go to the free training and see how he teaches. If he has a YouTube, then he will direct you to his YouTube. Go there to watch his videos to see how he teaches. All these things will build trust, and you can comfortably pay and you start learning. Okay, so if you take my advice, you will no longer be among people that are complaining that they can't learn online because of scammers, because you will understand the fact that you are the one losing. If you are not learning online, you are losing connections that you would have gotten, you are losing access to experts, you are depending only here in Nigeria or in wherever you are. You don't have access to people from other parts of the world. You're losing. Can't you see that? It's very clear. You are the one losing. So you brace up, take that advantage, that opportunity of learning online, connect to other people, learn the skill that you want to learn, you get a job, and make money. And that's what you need. And finally, in a physical setting, one challenge most of them they have is that they don't actually complete their curriculum. Like, let's say, let me talk about programming, for example. If you're learning web development, there are a lot you are going to learn to complete the curriculum. A lot, because you're actually going to build complete web applications. You can build 1, 2, 3 web applications for you to have your portfolio. If you are learning physically, they actually don't have all those time to do that. If you pay for 6 months course, at the end of 6 months, you will stop. It has happened to me. Okay, when I started back in the days, many years ago, about more than 10 years ago, when I started, what happened? I actually paid, in fact, I paid for the best of the best physical training center, not even owned by Nigerian. Okay, it has branches in many parts of Nigeria. Okay, so I had to pay for that. It wasn't close to me, it was very far from me, but I had to do that. I paid a lot of money, and I had to be traveling every single day to go to learn every day. For more than 6 months, I was traveling every day. It's quite distant, and I spent a lot of money on that. But at the end of the day, what happened? We were not able to finish our curriculum, and 6 months elapsed. What happened? They stopped us. They gave us certificates, and that's all. Okay, so I have to resort to online learning to start learning again. So that is what I'm talking about. If you pay for a physical training center, once the months you pay for elapses, doesn't matter whether you finish or not, they will stop and you lose out. Because if you're not an expert, you will not make money with that skill. I hope you understand that now. You must be an expert to make money with that skill. And for you to be an expert must coach you. So I believe the idea, you've seen what you are losing, because some people, they don't actually understand this. They thought that, oh, they have all the opportunities, all the options in the world, but you don't have it. You don't have all the options. The best option right now for you is learning online. And I want you to take the option, you pay online, start learning online, you have nothing to lose as long as you are smart enough to take these decisions. Then we have an online training center where we teach any ICT skills, any tech skills you want. Okay, whatever skill you want, you can chat me. You can check the description. You are going to see my contact there. You chat me if you want to learn from me. Then we start from there. Okay, so thank you so much.